Am I doing it? Okay, hopefully people will come on. Friday night, just got paid. How do I have a thumbs up and nobody in the chat? Oh, two people. I don't see. Hey guys, who's in here? Three people. What's up, y'all? Oh, hey girl. Hey, Shanique's Dreams. How's it going? How are you doing? I just got back from my little cousin's 13th birthday party. And I didn't get to do my live yesterday, so I thought I'd come on and try to do it. Hey, Alyssa. I'm doing good, Shanique. Thanks for asking. Oh, thank you. You know where I got them? Forever 21. They were having this big sale, and I got these and a bunch of other earrings, and they were only $3 a piece. So, girl, check that. Check that Forever 21, because they are great. Hey, everybody who's here. Some of you guys haven't said anything, but I'm glad you're here. Thanks for joining me tonight. This is my first time doing it on a Saturday, I think. I was hoping people wasn't out partying and would swing on in. Oh, thank you. I try. I really do try. It makes me feel good when I think I look good. So I do try to do that. I appreciate that, Shanique. That's a good compliment. I was gonna tell y'all a story. I don't know if many more people will come in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and start telling y'all since y'all are here. So just a little backstory. I am part of the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. So I'm a big sister. This is my second little sister. The first one I had, she was 16, and I'd specifically asked to be in the age range of like between like 6 and 12 at the most, just because, you know, older girls, I'm not that cool, so I didn't think I could keep them entertained. So I had asked them for that. Creative Creole, what's up, girl? Yeah, she did. I'm about to tell you. She totally tried it. So the first girl, she was 16. She was a super sweet girl, but she's 16. Her friends have, hi. Her friends have cars, you know. So I couldn't compete. We hung out a few times, but it ended up just not being a good thing. Kiva, what, girl? You have been doing it at your on your channel. I was looking at your stuff the other day. I was like, oh, she's been working. She has been grinding. Y'all, if you haven't checked out Miss Kiva, go ahead and give her some love. She is a good one. And Shanique's Dream, y'all, make sure you guys, if y'all ain't friends, you know what, link up. Y'all some good people. Anyway, Miss Kiva, I was telling them about, I'm a big sister with the Big Brother Big Sister organization. So the first girl they gave me, thanks Shanique. Yes, y'all, thumbs up, thumbs up. So the first girl they gave me was over my age range. We connected, but she was always busy doing stuff. Yes, Alyssa, you check them out. Everybody check each other out. So we just kind of fizzled out, and it was fine because I wasn't taking it personal. She's 16, she's doing her thing. So I asked to be matched again. And so they matched me, and I was very specific. I said, I want a little girl of color, and I would like her to be between the ages of 6 and no more than 12. And I was very specific on she has to be a little girl of color, and she needs to be between those ages because that's who I felt like I could feed into and give her some love. Thanks, Shanique. I appreciate that. Y'all, I love y'all. The people, listen, the ones that follow me, y'all are just so good to me. Y'all treat me so good. I really appreciate that, Shanique. So anyway, I get a girl. They call me and say, I'm not gonna give her name because I'm not gonna put anybody out there, but let's just say her name is Gabriela Mendoza. Now, if you heard that name, you're gonna assume that she's probably of a Latino descent, right? Latina. I did. So we go to our first meeting, and the way that the Big Brothers Big Sisters connects you, it's weird. They don't like let you meet and then decide if you guys are going to be a good match. The first meeting, you're just kind of matched. And I didn't really realize that because it didn't happen that way when I had my first big sister or little sister. Thanks, Kiva. I appreciate it, girl. So when we get to her house, I see these people walking in the door because they were meeting us. We were meeting them literally right when they were getting home. They're walking in the door and they did not look like Gabriela Mendoza. Not what I was thinking. So when my coordinator gets there, I'm like, I asked him, I said, is she Latina? He said, oh, yeah, I assume she is. And that was when I said, okay, this is a problem. Not a problem, but there was reasons that I wanted to do this for a little girl of color. I'm a person of color. I don't know nothing about being white, I don't. So I didn't really think that was something I could add to or help. And that just wasn't what I wanted to do it for. I wanted to uplift and nurture just, our little chocolate babies, our chocolate and brown babies. That's what I was trying to do. Well, I guess God saw different because I walked in there, and when I tell you, very nice people, but okay, find something, very, all of that. So I'm kind of like, hi. And so was my coordinator because he said, Mendoza, are you Latino? And she said, oh no, her dad is native, but it's her stepdad that's native. And she said, and he's not really, he doesn't really recognize it. I'm sorry, what are we doing here? So we sit down, we're going through the whole thing. It ends up, she's a very sweet girl. She's got some little disorders where she's kind of like overactive and hyper, and sometimes she has like outburst control problems. But me and her kind of, they have me ask questions. So we're already set up to like be a match. They don't really give you an out because she's already like, Candy, Spice. Like she kept saying that. And she's like, I can't wait till we go here. And I can't wait till we go there. And she's like, I'm so happy to have a big sister. And I'm like, I'm not trying to crush this little girl and be like, no, I'm sorry, I don't want to be with you because you're not part of the description that I had or in the demographic that I picked. So I decided to push past it and was like, let's just go. The whole time I'm thinking I'm about to get me a little Dora, and Lizzie McGuire walked through the door, and that's who I got stuck with. And I don't want to say stuck because she's a very sweet girl. We've had 2 outings now, and it's been great. Let me get to the part of the whole story. So our first outing, she had just got back from Disneyland. I had just came back from Disneyland last year. So I was like, let's go get ice cream. We can talk about your Disneyland and whoop-de-whoop. That could be our get to know me. This was our very first outing. So we go, we have ice cream. She's so excited to get ice cream and the fact that she can pick anything she wants. Hi, Mel Mel. Yeah, I'm getting to it, Mel Mel. You came in right at the right time. It's about to come. I'm talking about my little sister because I'm a part of the Big Brother, Big Sister organization. And so my little sister, we had our first date. Mind you, I had requested a Latina, I requested a child of color. And I assumed based on her name that she was Latina. She's not. So we're at ice cream. She was like, oh, can I have anything I want? And I'm like, yeah, girl, pick your stuff. We're sitting down. We're talking about Disneyland. We're just having a good time. We're vibing. She's like, I'm so excited to be here with you. Kristen, what's up, boo? That's my girl, y'all. I love her. Now, when you talk about support, this girl has supported your girl. Okay, Melma, I'm getting to it. I'm sorry. I'm getting sidetracked. So we're sitting there having a good time. The ice cream is starting to like get in her system and she's just like, super excited. So I was like, hey, why don't we go next door? There's a big park outside. And I was like, I'm not going to take you home like this because your mom's going to think, what did you do to my child? Because you could tell the sugar rush had just run over her. She's talking louder in the restaurant like this. And I kept having to say, oh, okay, inside voices. And of course, I'm black as I am with this little, not black little girl. And I'm thinking, what are these people thinking I'm doing with her? So I'm trying to just like, can we just be cool? So I ended up taking her to the park next door. And we're walking around, we're playing, we're having a good time, we're taking pictures. I'm making her run so she gets the energy out. And I'm just like, this is a great time. And we're walking back to the car. She grabs my hand and she is like walking with me. And she was like, thanks so much. I had such a fun time. I was like, okay, this might be just a match made in heaven. Who knows? I'm going to stick with it. It's something that probably can teach me something. Who knows? So we get in the car and we are on our way home. And it was literally, we turned out of the park and she was like, we were talking, and she said, you know that meme that the dude's like, bruh, that. So I said something to her, and she was like, bruh, and I was cracking up because I wasn't expecting her to know that, and I said, who taught you that? Where did you get that from? And she was like, oh, people of color. So I'm driving, she's in the back seat, and I kind of turned. I was like, because it was kind of weird how she said it, like, "Oh, people of color told me that." So I'm like, "Thanks, girl. Trying something different, some new products." Um, so I said, "People of color, huh?" She was like, "Yeah, my teacher told me it's nicer to say people of color instead of saying black people." And so I'm already like, "See, this is why I did not want Lizzie McGuire, and I wanted Dora or Doc McStuffins. Are you following me? That's what I was asking for. Because I knew just right when she said, because my teacher said that it's nicer for me to say people of color than say black. And I kind of wanted to be like, why? And I said, well, I guess it just depends on how you're saying it, but it's okay if they're a black person. She's like, yeah, my teacher says that it's not nice to describe people as black because it could be offensive. Here we go. So I said, well, why did she say it would be offensive? And she said, well, because in class, I was saying that all black people are slaves. And my teacher said to say people of color, and that's not true. And I said, wait, what? And she said, she said, yeah, because I used to refer to all black people as slaves. And I turned and I said, oh, I was about to say her name, Gabriella, why would you say that? And she's like, because, mind you, our first visit was in February, so Black History Month. So that means that's the only time she probably ever heard about it. And they're talking about it in class, and now it's come up. And she would say black people were slaves. Well, apparently, let me slow down. So I kind of turned and looked at her and I said, well, do you know what a slave is? And she told me, she was like, yeah, because white people used to be so mean to them and they used to whip them and be mean and they had to do all the work. And so that's why every time I say a black person, I would say they were a slave. Now, the reason I didn't flash on her is you guys should have seen her face while she was telling me this. And she looked like she was asking me a question. She was kind of talking to me like, is this true? Like she was, it's kind of hard to explain it, but like her demeanor wasn't hateful. She wasn't saying it in this mean, vindictive, like she's been fed all these hateful lines. She was saying it to me like she didn't know. And probably, well, now that I find out, because I talked to her mom about it, she's never had anybody black or any other color really talk to her that she could ask questions to, or just to get understanding. So I told her, I said, well, now, if you know that that's why, if you know that that's what they used to do to slaves, why would you call somebody that when you know that it's so derogatory and not very nice? And her whole body language changed. And she was like, well, I don't want you to be mad at me. I just didn't know. And I wanted to ask you because everybody else told me that I couldn't say that. And I didn't know if they were right. Basically, she's saying, all these white people are telling me I'm not allowed to say this, but I want to go to the horse's mouth. That's kind of how she was coming at me. So I said, well, listen, Izzy. Oh, shit. Pretend like you didn't hear that. Listen, Gabby. I said, the term is not very nice because of how they used to use it. I also want you to really know that it's not just black people that have been slaves. There's been a lot of different races of people that have been slaves and still are to this day. And it's not something that you just go ahead. Thanks, Mel. My patient one time said that color. Okay. Girl, you know how many times I've heard that and wanted to be like, how are you still alive using that term and nobody's knocked your teeth out? Into 2019. Like, you're all crazy. So I was trying to explain it to her in this, 7-year-old way, especially a 7-year-old white child this is my first time meeting with her. And the whole reason I wanted a little girl of color is because I did not want to have that conversation. You feel me? But we're having it. Day one. Broke me wide open. So I was explaining to her, like, this is where it comes from. No, it wasn't nice. What they did to those people were not nice. And if you are describing someone because you're saying, oh, my friend Gerald is black, that's not a derogatory term. I love that I'm a black person. And I I think that black is beautiful, and I think that all shades are beautiful. And she was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to hurt your feelings because I think you're beautiful too, but I just didn't know what else to call them. So what she's telling me is you went and you said black people are slaves. Your teacher says don't say slave. So then she says black, and then her teacher says no, don't say black, say people of color. And then calls her mom. Okay, y'all are not addressing this correctly at all. But what can I expect? They're all not black people, you know? So then she was very remorseful and knew that she'd said something wrong, but was also very open to hearing. And you know what she said? She said, so it got quiet for a long time because I said, do you understand what I'm saying to you? Do you have any questions? And I said, I want you to make sure you understand because I don't want to hear you say that anymore. And I want to make sure that you know what it means so that if you do say it, then we can correct you. All in a bubble, Mel, all in a bubble. And so she said, well, if I was white back then, which is funny because she's white now. She's like, if I was white back then, I would be the only nice white person because I would never do that to anybody. And I'm happy to hear you say that. And I know you have a good heart and it's not nice to do that to people. And then this is what she tells me. Well, I felt like a slave before. And I said, well, you have. Why? She was like, because when my school called my mom said, if you want to be a slave, I'm going to show you how to be a slave, and made me clean the floor on my hands and knees. What are we doing? So I tell her, I said, I'm sorry you had the experience that. I think your mom was trying to show you that being a slave was hard work. It wasn't fun. It wasn't by choice, and that it's not nice. I think the mom was trying to show her like it's not something to throw around lightly. But so we get home. Me and her, she hugs me and was like, thank you so much. And it was cool. Out of sight, out of mind. She seemed like we could go from there, and I didn't feel offended. I felt like she really wanted answers. I feel like she was like, these people are not telling me the truth. I want the truth, or I want confirmation from someone who knows, So her mom is like, because her mom's told me all of these disorders that she has and was really nervous about her coming and being with me. What did y'all say? Hold on. They do, but Mel, I get it, and you're right. They do need to be taught, but like, why do I have to be the teacher? I felt like I was going to get a little girl. We would play in makeup. We would get ice cream. We'd have fun. It's always like you're always having to teach somebody, and it gets exhausting. Okay, so you're right. That's fair. I think that definitely God had put me in that place for her, and also had really humbled my heart and put me in a position where I could talk to her from a nurturing, loving way instead of being like, girl. And I told her, I said, you know what? Damn it. You know what, Gabby? You got to be careful of things that you say, especially when they're like that, because someone else might not answer you very nicely, and they might think it's very offensive. So you want to make sure you do not say things like that again. So I told her mom that too. So when I get home or get her home, I tell her mom. Her mom is like, I said, so we had an interesting conversation, and she's like, her face just dropped because she wasn't sure what it was going to be. It was you because you were qualified and you had the heart to handle it. You came from, I tried to, I really did. And she's a child. And really I came from like, if she really thinks this, somebody taught her that, because she's so young. But I think she just was confused, and she really seemed like she was genuinely sorry for saying it, but also like, help me. I want to understand. So I tell her mom, I said, we're in the car, we're hanging out, and all of a sudden, she tells me people of color, then she tells me she's not allowed to say black people because she thought black people were all slaves. Her mom's face just kind of drops. And it didn't look like it was embarrassment. It just looked like crap. So she was like, honestly, when I saw you walk through the door, because I guess it had just happened before we had our first meeting, she said, my heart sank because I said, oh, Gabby, please don't be Gabby. Because she knew what the daughter had said. The daughter was confused, putting us in situations that we prepare for. You're right, Mel. Don't be preaching to me. I know, you're right. You're right. You're so right. I know. So me and the mom are talking about it. The mom tells me the backstory of like how it happened in school. And so because Gabby has this disorder where she likes to be the center of attention, they keep calling it a disorder. Sometimes I'm just like, I think she's just a little bad sometimes and needs to be redirected and straightened out. I don't know that this is all the time because mind you, I've only been with her a couple times, but every time she's kind of gotten a little much, I can tell her to come back down and she does. So it could just be because I'm new. I don't know. So far, so good. But she was telling me like, she said the words like, because they're slaves, and said it in class, and then everybody reacted to it. And because that's what I told her mom. I said, she gonna get her tooth knocked out. She said it to the wrong person. So her mom tells me like she said it in class, and then when she got the reaction, she kept saying it. So the teacher called the mom, and that was when the teacher was explaining like, don't say slave, say, and then Izzy was like, oh, damn it. Then Gabby was like, I'm gonna say black people, and then she was like, no, say people of color. You don't identify that way. And I'm just like, stop! You're telling her black is bad. You're telling her it's wrong with saying black. You're telling her to be the lady that whispers, oh, it's a black guy. Why are you whispering? There's nothing wrong with being black. You ain't sad about being white. I'm sure as hell ain't sad about being black. It's just like their way of explaining it to her was just so not right. And I just kept telling her mom, I was like, but that's not the answer, mom. And I tried to explain it to the mom without being like I'm stepping on her toes as a parent. But I said, she told me that the reason that she said she felt like she was a slave is because she had to clean the floor on her hands and knees. And she's like, yep, I told her, if you want to make fun of being a slave and think it's funny, then I'm going to make you be a slave. Thank you, Kristen. Yes, that. So I was telling the mom, like, I understand what you're trying to do, but I think within her confusion and nobody giving her the real answer or an answer that fed her curiosity and even clarified why you were saying slave was wrong and not to just equate slave with black people only, all of that never happened for her. Would have told the little girl as human beings. Exactly. And for her, she's still equating that only black people were slaves, and that is a term specifically only for black people, not the fact that there's other people and races that have been mistreated and used as slaves for years. Like that conversation, of course, never came up because it's Black History Month, and they talk about three things: Martin Luther King, slavery, maybe Harriet Tubman, or Sojourner Truth. That's what they talk about. So I was explaining to her mom, like, that's how she's connecting the dots, and nobody's helped her connect those dots. And I don't want every time we're meant to be, okay, the bills, I'm telling you, oh, that reminds me, I got to pay this light bill. Thank you, Mel. That's what I needed a reminder for. I said, the problem is nobody's addressing her questions. And instead, you're telling her these things that aren't giving her clarity on knowing why what she said was not okay and how to go forward in it. Now, I'm not trying to have a Black History Month discussion every time I meet with this little baby. I mean, if it comes up, great. And I'm hoping that whatever she thought about Black people, whether it was slavery, if they're bad, if they're mean, whatever it was, that our interaction will be something that she can say, well, I know that's not true about all Black people because my big sister, she was this and this and that. We cannot see. I know, Mel, I'm about to be using a candle in a second. So I was caught off guard, and then I had to come home and just kind of pray, like, Lord, what did you put me in? How did I get here? Remember when I asked you for a Dora or Doc McStuffins? How did Lizzie McGuire get here? And how come I'm the one having to answer her questions on day one? Fortunately, it worked out fine. I was trying to, the mom was really anxious, thinking that I was just going to bounce on her daughter. Her mom was saying that one of the reasons she wanted her to have a big sister is because she's always around adults, which I'm an adult, but she's never around anybody else that doesn't look like her. And she didn't specifically ask for anybody of color to be her child's big sister, but she was equally as excited as also terrified because she didn't know what her daughter was going to say to me. So I told her, I was like, listen, I like she's really gotten attached to me, and I mean I'm never gonna try to break any little kid's heart. So we set up for another play day. I took her to a play this last weekend. We had a great time. None of that other conversation came up because I was bracing myself. But even where I live, like I told you, I live in Washington, and one thing Washington is known for is serial killers, white folks, and now the coronavirus. We apparently all over the news for that. But I take her to this play, and I was really just, it was a child's play. It was like Junie B or something. I never heard of this character, but she knew all the books, and it's a big thing. Kind of like the little girl reminds me of kind of like Ramona from the Beverly Clearly, Um, so I take her to this play, and of course, I'm the only one of me in this whole entire auditorium. There was a couple little kids that were with like white guardians or parents, or maybe they were in the Big Brother Sister program too. Who knows? But there was very few of us in there, and she's just not. She's not exposed to anything different, and I'm not trying to just shake her world up, but I want her to see like all see another side. And her mom was like, I mean, if you have any family, but she said, if you have any family barbecues, if you have any cousins or anybody that she can play with, her mom wants her to be exposed to it. And with the area we're in, people think Tacoma is just so ghetto and hood and black. It is not that. It used to be until white folks learned that it's cheaper to live down here because they couldn't afford Seattle, and now they pushed everybody out. So we don't really have a whole lot of like a big community of black people anymore, really. There's pockets, but it's not like you see us everywhere. We're still specks in a crowd. And so I was just praying about it, and I was like, you know what, Lord, obviously that you had this happen for a reason. I'm in this little girl's life for some reason. Not sure what it is quite yet, but we're going to just roll with it and see how this goes. She's a very sweet little girl, and I've had fun with her on both of our occasions. Yeah, that's what I have to do. But the thing that just really kind of humbled me is because you could just tell she wasn't coming from a nasty place at all. Like she really was coming from if you saw her face, like she was trying to put it together and trying to make sense of why her teacher said don't say this. And it was almost like, what are you going to react to it like they reacted to it? Because then I'll know that it's really, really bad, And I kind of felt bad for her because nobody was giving her what she needed. And her mom said, I asked her mom if it had come up again, and her mom said that all she said was like, I am going to be the nicest white person on this planet. She just kept saying that to her mom. And her mom I thought that was cute. But she just kept saying that to her mom, I guess the next couple of days, like, yeah, because I'm going to be the nicest white person on this planet. I was like, you do that, Gabby. Lord have mercy. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at keeping secrets, obviously. I don't know. Y'all have given me some positive feedback, but I'm like, I don't know if I should have done something differently. I was really caught off guard. But I knew it was gonna come. I just didn't expect it to come first visit. First day. Like, can we warm up? Can we get our toes wet? No, we jumped right in head first. So that's that. So we'll be partnered up for the next year. So you might have more stories for me about Miss Gabby. She's like, so she's very she keeps saying sassy. And my cousin mentioned this to me because I was telling her, I was like, she keeps saying like, I'm so sassy. And she would do her little hip and pose and stuff like that. And my cousin was like, is she doing it because she's sassy, or is she doing it because she thinks that that's what she's supposed to do because she's with you? And I was like, I'm not going to put that on her yet because I didn't think I gave her that much. But you know what she's trying to say? Like, was she trying to be like, I'm cool? You know how people just think that we're all this and just that's what they think, that we just do that all the time. That's how we talk. I don't know that was it, but even the second visit, she was like, so you've seen my sass? And I said, yes, I have, Gabby. She said, well, if I get too sassy, you just let me know and I'll bring my sass down. But I like to be sassy. I just think her personality is really unique. And I'm also really curious to see the longer we hang out. Is it is it really a diagnosis she needs, or is it something else? Sometimes, like, she's so into me giving her attention, but not like she's like thirsty and not doing things in a obnoxious way. But like when she's talking to me, she wants me to just like listen to her. And I'm wondering, do they listen to you? Do they give you that? Maybe because she is a lot sometimes. Maybe, you're a mom. I get it. People are like, go sit down, go sit down, go sit down. But maybe that's part of it. I don't know. I'm not trying to diagnose her. I'm not saying that the moms are not right. I'm just saying so far, I haven't seen that. And I hope that one time she was kind of getting loud. And I said, Gabby, that is not how we speak when we're in public. So if you're going to kick it with me, you're going to need to learn the rules and keep your voice at a minimum. Kristen, I know. That's the problem, because I want to say, I will yank your little... That's what I wanted to say when she was getting loud. But, you got to use your words. I just gave her direct contact and made her see my lip kind of like get tense, like I'm not playing with you. You're going to sit here, you're going to behave, and you're not going to talk loudly. And she was like, she kept on walking, and I grabbed her by the coat and I said, do you understand me? And she said, yes. And that was all I had to say. I didn't have to say it no more. So she might just need to be checked, but checked in a way that's like, I'm not gonna hate you. And that's what she says. She says it all the time. Anytime I'm like, no, Gabby, don't do that. She's like, are you mad at me? And I'm like, no, I'm not mad. I'm just telling you we got to do something different. So I don't know. It's my second time. We have another date coming up on, I think, the 13th. I'm going to take her to this. She loves animals, and I'm taking her to this indoor petting zoo where they have these little baby wallabies, I think they're called. It's a little furry baby. They just had them, and they have ponies in there. There's little pigs. I've been there before. So I'm going to take her to that. And, we've had a good time. We'll see. Y'all, pray for your girl. The thing about it is, I'm with white folks all the time, at work, at school, at church, at everywhere you go. There's white people. I joined this Big Brothers Big Sisters because I just thought there's a little girl out there that looks like me, that maybe doesn't have the confidence she needs to get through these days of just having to be her. I want to just feed into that little girl, just pour my soul into her and just uplift her and bring her, that's my plan. And God said, oh, really? You have a plan? You and your plans. So she's an only child because she has older siblings that either live with her real dad, who lives in another state, or they're way older than her. So nobody lives in the house with her. So in that case, yes, she's an only child. And this is the thing I said, well, she was telling me, they were asking us what makes a good friend. And she was telling me loyalty, honesty, and that she kept saying, and that they're innocent. And I said, what do you mean when you say innocent? And she was saying that basically she was trying to say they don't do bad things and try to get her in trouble, or they don't do things to get in trouble. And I said, well, those are great qualities. Are you that kind of friend to your friend? And she said, oh, no. She said, oh, no, I don't like kids at all. And she said, you find an adult and I'll be where the adults are. Like, she's very mature and loves to be in grown folks' business. And that's what her big sister, her mom wants me to help her, encourage her to like do sports and to play with kids her own age, because she's always around adults. And that's where her comfort zone is. She'll tell you like, oh, no, I don't want to be around these kids. Nope, I want to be where the adults are. So she likes volleyball, and I used to play volleyball in school. So I'm going to buy her volleyball, and we're going to practice volleyball and hopefully encourage her to try out or play the team at her school. I told her, I was like, if you play, I'll come to your game. And she was like, you will? Like, she just gets so excited, and so far, she really loves me. Like, she loves our time together, and I hope that continues. So hopefully there is a positive influence that I can get from her, and we can just be buddies, Sweet girl. But I feel like there's going to be some possible bumps in the road. But Lord, deliver your girl. Help your girl out. Y'all hear about it if it happens. I'm sure I'll be on here being like, guess what else she called me? Yeah. It's hard being out here. My shirt is just like, let me be black. Or what did it say? Let me be black and great. Like, damn, can I just live? I don't think she's that spoiled, honestly. Like, they don't seem to. She doesn't come off as spoiled to me. I think she might be spoiled in the fact that she has a lot of their attention, but I don't think she's spoiled as like she just gets anything she wants. Her mom seems to kind of really hold that down. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'll learn more about their family dynamics soon, I'm sure. But she's really, so far, a very sweet little girl, and I'm sure we'll both learn from this experience. But I was like, let me come on here and tell my crew, because I was just thinking about in the car, like, I cannot believe. Yeah, she thinks she's grown. That's the thing. She thinks she's grown, and her mom wants her to be less grown. But she's a little firecracker. I think that if she is, with some guidance, I think she could be amazing. She could be really something that people are like, that little girl, because she's very smart, like intelligent, smart, and she's quick. Like, she picks things up really quickly. I just think she needs someone to kind of help her gear it, and then also learn when to turn it off. You got to be taught that sometimes. We got taught that because your mom popped you when she's wherever you was at. And now folks are scared to do that. Like, I remember being in the grocery store and I don't know what I said, but it was something slick. And I thought because I was in the grocery store, I'd get away with it. Oh, walking out the store, crying, holding my mouth. Like, you got popped wherever you got popped. And you only need to get popped a few times because you knew she was going to do it. So you stopped. I don't know, nobody gets popped anymore. I was telling my cousin that the other day. So I just came from my 13-year-old cousin's birthday party. And before that, me and my cousin, her mom, were talking about, because she's my 13-year-old, she kind of be slick at the mouth. And she doesn't really always know her place either. And I said, oh, she ain't learned that you crazy. Like, you need to go smooth off on her and make her think you've lost your mind. It only takes one time. When your mom has lost your mind on her, or when your mom has lost her mind on you, you don't ever forget it, and you know that you'll never do that again, right? That's all you really needed, was one time for her to be crazy. Now everybody's all scared. I don't know what I'm going to do with my kids, because I feel like you still going to get popped talking crazy to me. And this is the other thing. People don't say this when kids are jumping in grown folks' business. How many times I see that? And nobody checks them. Nobody says, stay out my mouth. Go to the other room. Remember, they'd be like, go play. Get out my face. And now they'd be like, no, Mom, this is what. I'm sorry. Are you interjecting in this grown-up conversation? That's what I'm thinking. And it ain't even my kid. But I just want to be like, get your teeth out of my conversation. I don't get it. I think it's because everybody wants their kids to be heard. Who came up with that rule? I mean, I guess to an extent, yes, you want your kids to be heard. And I do think that I will probably talk to my kids and listen to my kids a whole hell of a lot better than I got talked to and listened to. But they also need to know their place. I'm sorry. You are not about to be in my grown-up conversation. Even if I'm saying something wrong, would you correct your mom? Would you ever correct your mom if she was talking to grown-ups and maybe she was wrong? Would you say, no, Mom, I'm nervous thinking about it. Oh my goodness. My mom did not play. Did not play. Y'all, what time is it? Whew. Well, my man's about to call me, y'all. To say goodnight to me. And, I don't know if we're going to do visit tomorrow because, Washington, everybody's freaking out about this virus. And yes, I do understand it's very serious. She is funny. She's pretty hilarious. It is very serious, but it's not any more serious than this flu. I was watching something, I think on my Instagram stories, I posted it, that Dr. Drew, y'all know Dr. Drew, he was really upset about this media. If you watch the clips, he was upset, talking about how the media is kind of just sensationalizing this whole thing and making it way bigger than it necessarily is. He said, there's been 3,000 people in the U.S. this year that have already died from the flu, and we're not talking about that. When in the States, I think there hasn't been nearly that many of the coronavirus. And then he was like, and then just this morning, I guess this morning in New York or wherever he was at, he was like, 3 people died on the street from being homeless and freezing to death. We ain't talking about that. Like he kept bringing it back to reality. Like this is not new. And that's the thing. Everybody thinks coronavirus is brand new. It's not brand new. This virus has been around. It's not new. People just never talked about it. Girl, I was in the Costco the other day, and that's what I said. I'm not gonna freak out until they shut Costco down because you know everybody and their mama is in Costco all day long. It's never a low time in Costco. I'm in Costco and there's a line 20 deep of people waiting for toilet paper and water. Because why? You're thinking you about to be locked in the house with this virus and need to wipe your butt and drink water, and you're standing in the cesspool of Costco and you're not worried about that? Y'all are tripping. I mean, until they close Costco, I will not worry. When they say Costco is no longer open because of the epidemic, okay, I will be concerned. Until then, y'all need to miss me with all that. Anyway, I was talking about going to visit, and the reason is because I'm not sure if they're going to shut it down, just because this is the one. I mean, you don't want any type of thing getting into a prison because it'll be rapid and not good. It's like everything is very contagious in there. Everybody's on top of each other. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they're going to change their policy or cut it for the weekend. They said they were thinking about it. But my job put me on permanent telecommuting for the rest of the month. That's how they're tripping. Telecommute status. We all got our schedule and none of us are to come into the office. Hey, Michelle. I raised mine that way, the way I was raised. I had 5 and they're still alive and 3 are out of high school. I heard that. Just a little. Everybody needs to be popped in the mouth. Anywho, y'all are so sweet for watching me ramble about this little girl. So here's the thing, y'all. My goal is to do lives every Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then that will catch my East Coast people probably being off of work or so, and then hopefully getting some of my West Coast people. But most of the people that watch me are on the East Coast or the Midwest. This week I didn't get to do it for whatever reason. YouTube was not letting me be great and would not let me connect to live. I don't know why. And I was going to do one tomorrow, but I was like, you know what? I was driving home. It's like, let me see what my peeps are doing. And y'all popped in and out for your girl, and I appreciate it. I really do. I like doing lives. I want to be like tight with y'all, and we just be chit-chatting back and forth. Yes, I want my YouTube channel to grow, but you know, like I love B Loves. That's my girl. But whenever she does lives, there's so many people in them. You can't read or respond. And I don't want to be that big. I want it to be, yeah, there could be a lot, but I want to be able to really still get to answering my people's questions and also seeing like when Kristen pops in and be like, girl, what's up? You know, people that I know and have been there for a long time. That's my prayer. I do want my channel to grow. I would love to get monetized. But I want it to grow in a way that I still can be like part of my community. You know, it's important to me. I like to be, you know, for us to talk and grow and learn from each other. And it's just be an extended part of my family. So I could be like, oh yeah, Kristen, what happened? How's your mom doing? Or Alyssa, what happened on your trip? Or did you make it to VidCon or whatever, you know, stuff like that. Like we talk. Because if you don't know, myself, like a lot of YouTubers are just not very, people think that we're extroverted. I was just talking to my cousins about this today. His girlfriend was saying like, and you're an extrovert. And I said, no, I'm not. Like, that is not me at all. And I think what people mistake is like, because you're outgoing and you're friendly, that they think that means you're extroverted. You are panicking too much and the company. Oh, honey, they are cashing in. This is like they did at Y2K. Remember that? Where everybody was buying water and toilet paper and canned goods and nothing happened. They always do this. They give us some scare and then sell out of batteries and everybody, the big corporations make money. But I guess the stock market's being affected. So there's a downside to their plan, but still all those businesses are cashing in. You're right. What was I saying? Thanks, Kristen. I know I should have put a thing on my community tab to say what was going on. I was so frustrated. Anyway, I was saying that, I want to be close with y'all because I don't have a lot of friends. I have my small circle. There's like 5 in that circle, and those are my girls. And we're not like all friends together. That's the funny thing. Like I'm friends with them, and them over here, and them over here, and them over here. Like, I don't have like a friend group. We could all hang out, and they would if it was for me, but they aren't like, we're not all mutual friends. I don't have just like that girlfriend posse. And in a way, that's not really what I want because people get on my nerves. But I like this. I like this because we can like genuinely care about each other. And it doesn't have to be, I don't have to be on the phone with you all the time. Can I tell you, I hate talking on the phone? I have never been that girl that just wants to gab for 2 hours on the phone. Yet I'll gab for 2 hours on here. Does that make sense? No, it probably doesn't. Anywho, this is my speed. We can come in, say what we need to say, talk to each other, chit chat. I'll jump on your live, chit chat with you about your topics. And then we can say bye until next time. It ain't like nobody's feelings is hurt if I ain't text you today or if I didn't call and check on you. Sometimes it's a lot of work. Hey girl, yeah, my husband's prison is already making quarantine pods adjusting. Yeah, so Babes is too. And where they're sending them, this is the crazy part. They had a cleanup crew, which is other inmates, go to the place that was the quarantine of people who had the coronavirus. They didn't give them no suits. They weren't wearing no masks. All they had on was gloves, and they're trying to clean this place for the next round of people to come through. I'm just like, I don't think that's right. I feel like there's a problem. And then those same guys went back to the regular prison. So if they caught it, now y'all just spreading it. They're not doing a good job about it. And then my prayer is that it just stays out of the prison system because it will get bad. And they don't care. They ain't about to send you to no hospital. They ain't about to give you no IV. They ain't about to do nothing. They do the very least. And I will have to burn the prison down. You come mess with my man. So we'll see about tomorrow's visit. He actually didn't want me to come just because he's like, I don't want you to be around these people with the germs. I don't know what kind of germs they have. But I'm like, I'm out here. Everybody's got germs. Ain't nobody worried about the flu. And that then really took some people out. But I mean, yes, be smart. Like we quarantined my grandma, We just told her she can't leave the house because she's elderly and she's already sick. She already has a bad respiratory infection. So we're like, yeah, you don't need to be out here catching that just because, it doesn't make sense to do that. How about if I first give away and someone emailed me pretending to be the winner? I got, Kristen, no. How did you find out? That is so ugly. I always wonder how people know who is who when they do the giveaway because I want to do one, but I just don't know how to do it and make sure that I'm giving it to the right person. That is so messed up, girl. So for a giveaway, yeah, that's crazy. I was thinking of doing like two $50 gift cards, but is $100 like lame? Or is gift cards lame? Like, do people just want like a Visa gift card with the whole $100 on there? But I want it to be kind of like a game where over the next like 3 videos, I leave a clue. And then at the end of the clue, if you're connected to or if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, my Instagram, and if you go to my Instagram under this specific post and tell me what the answer is, then I can do it that way. Okay, gift cards are good. The only thing, yeah, because I guess with the Visa gift card, I do want people to use it for whatever they're wanting to do. They're trying to set them up to. I know, that's what they are. They don't set them up to, they're not proactive, they're reactive, which is never good when you're in a prison population of, 1,200 guys coughing and sneezing on folks. That's not a good idea. Oh, she does. Okay, Jessie V does that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't want it to just be like, first person to say, blah, blah, blah. But I want it to be a clue and make them have to watch the video, get the clue, and then figure it out and then tell me the answer. So I'm thinking that I'm going to do that pretty quick here. You guys, I don't know if you guys are pros at this too. Okay, let me just tell you a really quick reason it's been really difficult for me to be monetized. I think I shot myself in the foot. If any of you guys are in your first year, this is my message to you. They stole her picture. That is so, you got catfish, boo. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. How did you end up finding out? Did the real girl reach out to you and say, hello, I'm still waiting? Like, how did you find out? Anyway, I was going to say, if you're in your first year of your YouTube channel, this is when you want to get monetized. I messed around and worked for the first 90 days of my channel, got to 1,000 subscribers in 90 days. Burned myself out because it was all I did from sun up to sundown. I'm networking. Hey, want to follow me? I'll follow you. Blah, blah, blah. Literally burned myself out. Just got tired of it. No, not lame at all. I like that. Okay, thanks, Kristen. And man, are my comments really delayed that long? I'm wondering. It must be. I should probably have had my laptop here. I think it comes fast on the laptop. So in your first year, you want to get your 1,000 subbies and your 4,000 hours, because here's what happens, and this is what's been like shooting me in the foot. I started October 22nd, 2018. So October 22nd, 18 to 2019 was my year. If you don't hit your 4,000 watch hours, every hour on that same day, so on the 23rd, however many hours I had earned that day gets deducted from my channel. Does that make sense? So because I had been shooting videos so regularly up through the end of February, that first year, now because I went almost another 9 months and didn't really shoot much video, those hours that I did have been dropping daily. Even when people are watching my channel, it's basically replacing what I would have lost on that same day the year before. Does that make sense? So it's really important to get your monetization in your first year, and I don't think I really understand that. Man, that's so sad. People are just so grimy. That's trash. You get the trash stamp. So that's why, someone else was like, you really probably want to do your lives more because it'll help you get your hours up and build your community, and then hopefully more people will watch your videos. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but lately the videos I've been putting out, I've been trying to put in a lot of edits to make them a little bit more funny, hopefully keeping people's attention. I know, Kristen, did you report them? And you know what? You should tell the name and let us all shame them. And we say their name on the channel and how they stole money. Because I would shame their butt. Blast them. That's so ugly. I keep losing my train of thought. You see, I can't stay focused. It's because I haven't had carbs. I'm on this stupid keto diet, and I'm just like, I had no sugar tonight at the birthday party. They had pizza and cake. I took my pizza, I scraped off the toppings and only ate the toppings. I couldn't even look at the cake because I knew I was going to fall into temptation. But I'm hungry. I want sugar. I need something sweet. It's not fair. I hate it here. It's supposed to be like, oh, lose weight so you feel better about yourself. Okay, well, I'm sure I will feel better one day. Well, right now, all I think about is cake and pie. Yeah, so I don't know how long you've had your channel, Kristen, but if you're within your year, girl, you need to bust it. Like, really work hard. Have us share all your videos, do lives as much as you can, get to your 4,000 hours and your 1,000 people, which I don't know if you guys know LQ Love, I believe her name is, but I've recently started, I just love her. She's a smaller channel. Hasn't quite hit her 1,000 yet, but she's close. But the thing that she did the smart is that she consistently does lives every week. So while she's building her count to 1,000, she'll also be building her 4,000 hours. So right about the same time, she'll hit that 1,000 and her watch hours at the same time. Oh, the email is invalid. Bastards. That's so ugly. But you know what? Don't worry about it. Karma will get them. Karma will get them. So if you are newer channels, that's what I would suggest. I feel like that's where I shot myself in the foot. Not only should I just maybe making more videos and stay consistent, but I should have been building my hour, really working to build those hours the same time you watch the video. Now, I was saying I've been trying to make the videos a little bit more funny and add more stuff to them so people watch longer. But you guys know, everybody knows, you spend all this time on a video and it's 12 minutes long and your longest watch time is like a minute and a half, if that. Some videos I was getting like 40 seconds. Like, y'all wasn't even getting past the intro. Why am I doing all this work? That's how I felt. But then I had to say, you know what? I'm doing this for a purpose, and it's not about the money. The money would just be nice. So I need to just stay focused on that. And I know I've been praying about it to God. Like, listen, if this is what you want from me, I'm gonna need you to position me in the right place and position my channel and my videos to the right people. Because I also don't want one of those channels that just has a lot of mess in their comment section. I see those videos and sometimes I'm like, I'm not gonna go in your comment section and try to get people that are watching you to watch me because y'all is messy over here. And I don't want that. I like this peace. I like the fun. I don't mind constructive criticism, but nobody's nasty. Nobody's mad. I'm sure it'll get there. I think that as you grow, you kind of just get trolls, and I'm ready for it. But picture of the gift card, dead giveaway. Oh wait. Oh, so you sent the picture and they just took the information off of it? You didn't actually send them the card? Could you have called and canceled it? Or am I missing something? That is rotten. People are so nasty. They just be acting up. But God's got you, the karma that comes around when you act up. And here's the other thing. If this makes you feel better, I try to live by the fact if people steal something from me or that they go to those lengths to be deceitful, that there's a reason behind that they really need that. And maybe it's just the social worker in me because I have a lot of clients that have done things like steal and done things a little grimy, but it was as a survival technique. They needed it to survive. No, I don't condone it, but I guess that makes me feel a little less bamboozled because I just try to chalk it up like they must have needed it badly enough to go through those lengths. And whatever is supposed to come to them will come to them. And it does. I mean, karma pays off in the craziest ways, and it never misses. It always gets you. It always does. So this was my bad. There's like a being neighborly or like those Facebook pages where people are like, can anybody help me with some gas? Or can anybody send dinner over? I don't have any money till this day. You know those Facebook pages like helping out your neighbor. And it was when I was really sick. In September, I was deathly sick. Like I could not. I was home for like a whole week, sick. I don't know who it will catch. Never upload. Oh. Well then, since you probably have you had lower video or lower hours when you restarted. Have you been going consistently since 2018? You probably just want to maybe increase your lives because that last live I did, it was for 1 hour and they gave me 6 watch time hours, not minutes, hours. And that was what really broke my heart is because when I first started, I was seeing my numbers go up and I'm like, why is everybody saying it's so hard to get 4,000 watch hours? Because I'm looking at the minutes. You don't have hours, boo. Convert it to minutes. So that was my disappointing factor. Like I was way off. Oh God. Oh. So there was this Facebook page and the people were like, this one lady was like, I'm homesick. I have 3 sick children. I haven't slept in days. Is anybody willing to give me some money to be able to go get some cough drops, some more cough syrup for my kids? And I was feeling generous at the time. She was asking for like $20. It was like $20. You know what I mean? And I just felt led to do it. So I went ahead and did it. Now it was a Cash App. Now I copied the Cash App she put in the description and I just sent her the money and I sent her a screenshot and I was like, and I said, and get yourself a cup of coffee and good luck to you, mama, like that. And she was like, that's not my Cash App. And I said, that's the one you screenshot or you put in there. She forgot to put a $sign on it. So I sent it to somebody who it wasn't even supposed to go to. And then I felt bad because it wasn't, I mean, yes, it was her fault, but it wasn't intentional and she still needed the money. So I went ahead and sent her another 20 and I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm just out $20. That person is going to have my $20 for whatever. And they liked it too. The Cash App, it came through and they liked it. And I kind of was like, maybe they needed it. Who knows? Well, so Babe was like, why don't you just ask and just see what they say? So I said, hey, earlier today I sent that money. I was sending it to a mom who was really sick. I wanted to help her out. If you feel inclined, feel free to send it back. Otherwise, I hope that it blesses you. And then within like a second, they sent it back to me, which was cool. But that's the closest I've been to being like bamboozled. And it wasn't even a bamboozled. Yeah, Kristen, tell me when you're going so I can make sure I'm available to be there. I'm gonna just try to start going once a week, and I'm gonna use this to like tell my personal stories, more personal stories, because on my channel I've been doing all those like Reddit stories. So I have a couple ones. Next week, what I'm talking about is me and my friend when we broke up over Beyonce, and it is a doozy. I'm gonna title it that. It's more than that, but I'm gonna title it "We Broke Up Over Beyonce." So watch for that one. But yeah, I'm gonna just start telling more of my stories. That's the reason I started my channel. I wanted to talk about myself because for years I never did, because I was living in secrecy. And then I wanted to talk more about me and Babe, our situation, and him transitioning home, and what we want to do as a couple and a new couple growing together. Even though we've been together 23 years, we haven't been together, you know? So I'm going to keep doing that. And if you guys have questions for me, or if you want to know stuff, listen, be nosy. Ask me, because most likely I will tell you. But sometimes I'm like talking to my friends and I'll be telling them a story about something that went down with me and Babe, and I'm thinking it's just a regular old story, and they're just like captivated. And I'm like, that's interesting to you? And they're like, oh my God, you need to tell that story. And to me, it's because I've lived it so long. It's just so normal that I don't think it's interesting to people. So if you have questions and you want to get on the nitty gritty and be like, how does this work? Or who did that? Or what's the most whatever? Because I don't know if y'all how PG or X-rated we're going to get, but we are open to it. Because someone asked me in one of the videos, because we were talking about what goes down in the visiting room. Honey, well, let me not say all that because I don't want to give it away. But just to say, babies have been made. I'm going to leave you with that. Chew on that. In the visiting room. There's a lot that can go down in the visiting room. Man, there's been scandals. There's been sad things like suicides, and one man, this scandal. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to tell you guys this story, because I don't ever want to like make light of anything, especially when it's coming to someone's health. But it was a whole scandal. It was a cell phone scandal, and it was a big deal, and it took a lot of people down. And this one specific man is still dealing with it to this day in a very crazy way. Thanks, Kristen. I'm glad I'm telling it too. You know, it was so many years I never would talk about it because people always had smart things to say, and rude. They just said rude things. Like even family members, like, "Oh, you're gonna wait for this guy in prison? Is he gonna come out and be gay?" Like if you had to go prison, if you went to prison for 20 years, that means all of a sudden you would have been gay. Is that what you mean? It's just tired. I always felt like I had to defend myself or defend him. Plus, I was really young when this all happened, so I was a little insecure about it. People watch Oz. They watch stupid TV shows and like Love After Lockup, which I love that show. I'm sorry, I just do. But they watch stuff like that and they make assumptions and they just think they know. So annoying. And so because I was always feeling judged, because I was being judged, and I was always feeling like it was just so taboo, I stopped and I totally just put myself in a box. I didn't talk to nobody about it. I really lived two separate lives. And then one day I was like, F that. This is who I am. I think I know I'm dope. And the fact of the matter is this story is dope too. And the reason y'all talking crap about it is because you couldn't do it, which it ain't for everybody. And I'm not trying to glorify it, but I did it. And I'm proud of it. So I'm not about to be shamed because y'all don't understand. That ain't my problem. Girl, I'm sure, I am sure that wait, who is that? Michelle. I'm sure she could tell you too. That visiting room, it goes down. We have seen so much. It's crazy. Oh gosh, I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all for real. But yeah, let me know what you want to know, because sometimes it'd be good and I just don't even think to tell it because it's just like, oh yeah, we've been done that. Anyway, this is me. Love it or leave it. And that's kind of what I came down to. If you don't like it, bye. I didn't ask you to come. Oh, hi, hi guys. Hey, Erica. My cousins is in the building, y'all. Um, if you guys just popped in, you probably missed my whole story. I was telling them about my little sister because I'm in the Big Brother Big Sister program, and she a little. I asked for a chocolate girl or a little brown girl, and I got. And she had a very interesting question for me. Actually, not a very interesting statement about her referring to Black people as slaves, and I had to scold her, but try to school her nicely. We were talking about that, and then now we're just talking about, oh, because I'm telling them on my Friday, every Friday at 2, I'm going to do a live, and the lives are going to be kind of more dedicated to my personal stories, whereas a lot of the stuff on my channel, especially lately, has not been so personal. There's some story times that you'll find from way back, but lately I've been doing a different thing because I feel like people are more interested in that. So Erica wants to start a channel too, so I hope she does, and I hope she asks me any question you have, girl, because I was just trying to tell them, like, this whole monetization thing, getting your subs, like, it is important to do in that first year. Have a plan and go at it. I did not do that, so I will tell you everything I did wrong so you could do it right. But yeah, so Kristen, that to tell you, I'm glad that I'm telling my story too, because it's my story, it's life. Yeah, girl, more to come. When you put that first video out, I'm gonna share it and shout y'all out. We do that over here. When you're part of the community, people really do support you. And there's only 7 people in here, but everybody who's in here are people that consistently watch me. And I appreciate that because it's Saturday night. Y'all could be doing anything, but you're over here watching your girl run her mouth about who knows what. Thank you. Anyway, like I said, if you guys, there's questions about me and Charles you want to know, feel free to ask. I do refer to him Pookie most of the time because that's just always what I call him. So it just is something I call him. And then, what else was I going to say? I think that's all. Ooh, y'all, we've been on here an hour and 6 minutes. Me just running my mouth. And I'm over here telling y'all I don't like to talk on the phone, and look at me, just you know what it is? Because y'all aren't really talking back. That's why I like text messaging, because you get to the point. You tell me what you need, we get to it, we move on. On the phone, everybody wants to just lag. But see, apparently I only like to hear myself talk. Well, y'all, I appreciate you spending this hour with me. It's been a pleasure. I am going to wash my face, get this hair together. Oh, jeez. I went to the store today and stocked up on supplies because I have my hair in them twists. And you will get up and go. You got to just get your edges together and then you're out for the day. See, Erica, they're encouraging you. All of us are new. All of us are very small YouTubers. You get in that group and that's how you just start networking, and they just support you and uplift you, and you just start growing. It's really kind of cool. But anyway, so I hadn't been using any of my stuff. Very supportive. They are very supportive. And today I get to, I'm taking my hair out, and because I was looking a mess, I thought, oh, I could just put on a hat. Baby girl, you are not allowed to go in public like that. And I had to have that conversation, like, you need to take these twists out right now, which took all day because I had a deep condition, all that stuff. It's so hard being a Black girl, especially a Black girl with natural hair. It's so much time. Like, when people are like, I tell people that they're like, what are you doing this week? And I'm like, oh, I'm doing my hair on Saturday. And they're like, okay, what else are you doing? I'm like, my hair. Don't get it twisted. This takes all day. So I had to take them out, comb detangle everything, wash it, do my little apple cider vinegar treatment because my scalp is itchy, deep condition it, sit out under the dryer for 30 minutes, which I wish I had more time, but I needed it to still twist it and have it to come out dry. But you can see it's a little, this didn't get as dry as I like, so I need to twist it up again tonight. But anywho, I went and stocked up at the store. And that hair supply store, they will take your money quick because they always got something new. And to me, it's like shiny, new hair stuff. Hair products, earrings, makeup, shoes. Take my money because I have no willpower. None. Anyhow. Y'all, I'm going to get off because I'm going to keep talking. So I love you guys. If you're not part of the Spice Rack, Now listen, we have fun over here. So what I'm gonna need you to do is turn that red button that says subscribe, click it, turn it to gray. Become part of the Spice Rag. We kick it, we laugh, we talk a little ish, we cry sometimes, we cry because we laugh so hard sometimes. We just kick it. We your girlfriends, get you a glass of wine, get you some juice, get you some water if you're on keto like me. Stupid keto. And then, have some fun. But until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye, guys. Now, every time, I never can figure out how to turn it. Okay, here we go. Bye.